Hello everybody, Hassan here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I want to talk about what company, what sector, what industry will immortalize ARK Invest forever. Now, most of you know by now that ARK Invest's biggest conviction for the past years has been Tesla. Every time Tesla dipped, they bought. And in fact, when Tesla was well under $25 billion market cap, ARK Invest were all over Tesla, right? Cathie Wood, founder and CEO of ARK Invest, was going on CNBC and on other legacy media platform, and she was just spewing out that Tesla will one day be worth 10x from what it was back then. In fact, it went well above 10x since then. So it's a huge victory for ARK Invest. ARK Invest went from an institution that was related to technology, not really known in the industry. And in today's era, they are the institution to beat, the actively traded, funded ETF to beat. All institutions have their eyes on ARK Invest. And in fact, this year, they've sort of underperformed throughout their holdings. A lot of investors are disappointed. This has been seen if you go on Reddit, subreddit for ARK Invest, you'll see many threads about how people are disappointed, not just for our G fund that we've covered in this channel, but from all over their funds. They've been hit hard. And it makes sense, right? You can't just be going up and up and up. You need some downtime. Everything that goes up fast comes down just as fast, right? You got to remember that. And in the financial world, that is no different, right? Especially when you have a huge run up. In the past years, ARK Invest has done an amazing job covering some of these companies, and they've been rewarded, right? Their Tesla holdings grew so much they had to sell and trim because of their 10% rule for an ETF holding, right? They don't want to hold too much Tesla, but again, that's another topic for another day. But the purpose of this video, what I want to talk about is what is the next company, the next sector, next industry to propel ARK Invest to a new all-time valuation high that will forever immortalize them. And this was some of my thoughts that I was sort of exercising these recent days. And really, to me, it boils down, obviously, if you're a big fan of this channel, you already know what I'm going to say. It boils down to genomics, right? Their RG fund has underperformed this year, but all biotech companies have underperformed since earlier this year, since January, February. You know, we've sort of been in this bear market for biotech, genomics, CRISPR companies. And to me, ARK Invest is literally the only institution covering these spaces. I think the other big institution is BlackRock, but they're not really all in, right? They're like in many fields, many industries. At that point, they could sort of be labeled involved with every single industry out there. Just like most institutions, right? But ARK Invest, they're publishing interviews, they're investing resources, they have analysts analyzing full-time this sector, genomics, mapping, diagnostics, CRISPR companies. There's all sorts of companies they're involved in. And I truly believe, the fact that they're actually training Teladoc right now throughout their funds, all four positions at a loss, just like you can see here, to me, solidifies my thesis. I think Teladoc will overtake Tesla's number one holding weight ranked throughout their funds. I think genomics will be the biggest sector in ARK Invest. I think healthcare, genomics, CRISPR companies, diagnostic type of companies, mapping, whether that's Pacific Bio or Illumina they're supporting, or even I truly believe, like I speculate, is that they will also adopt BNGO in a future end time. I think healthcare will be the sector, genomics will be the sector to immortalize ARK Invest. I think their big bet on Teladoc will pay off. My last video was on Teladoc, and I think something is boiling there. I think they're buying Teladoc like no tomorrow, not just in RG fund, but in RKK. They're buying it throughout their funds. I think they are going all in with Teladoc when it comes to, buying a stock when it's down 60% from its all-time highs. I think Cathie Wood and ARK Invest have proven with their Tesla stock that they can get behind after the research and data analyzing the data and everything they do. All these researchers in their team, whether that's Simon or Ali from ARK Invest, or even Brett, right, the director I think what they're positioning themselves as for the next 5, 10, 15 years is basically to solidify their thesis, right? Genomics is entering a new era. We are entering in an era where all these companies are finally getting the right funding. We've hit that technology point, right? We've hit that technology point where we can leverage from it, right? If you go here in this big ideas in 2021, this was published earlier this year. Obviously, this was some time ago, but really, if you take a look at back, just a refresher, ARK Invest, they sort of left a few slides to describe how Genomics Toolkit is expanding to provide a full, richer, and more accurate view into biology, whether that's Illumina, whether that's Specific Bio or 10x Genomics. Obviously not including BNGO there, but I truly believe my own nanogenomics should be included there. They're talking how sequences, if you take a look at the cost, right? If you take a look at the cost, is decreased it will be decreased under $1,000 by 2023. I strongly believe that number will be met, right? ARK believes that LRS analytics are superior for many sequencing applications, right? Whether that's hereditary diseases, pediatric cancers, rare diseases, structural variation, which BNGO is involved here. I think everything with multi-cancer screening, and I think cost is decreasing, technology is improving. The pandemic shifted mindset of government, institutions, communities. No longer this is just a nice to have. No longer we're just gonna be beating down a car that's broken, just out of and hope that something works. We are investing in tools, in technologies, in companies, in individuals, in talent that can actually achieve solving the problems of cancer, solving the problem of diseases, not just being reactive, but also being proactive. I strongly believe that cell editing, gene editing, whether that's CRISPR, or could be another technology, right? But for now, I strongly believe CRISPR will be the technology here to stay. And again, just everything we've seen so far, to me, FDA approval for CTA-001 will be the first CRISPR drug ever approved in the US. And I think it'll just be a dominoes effect at that point, right? And, again, I mentioned Teladoc there, but you never know. Beam Therapeutics could go 10x, 100x, right? CRISPR Therapeutics and TLA, Editas, and CRISPR, ARK Invest, they hold a lot of NTLA, Editas, Beam Therapeutics, CRISPR Therapeutics. So them going 10x, 20x, 15x, 50x, 100x could seriously propel their valuation well above what the current status is, right? But we'll see what happens. This is just speculation, but I strongly believe the companies that will immortalize ARK Invest forever will be either Teladoc or one of these CRISPR companies. That's my thesis. That's where I stand. I will stand behind this thesis. I've been behind this thesis for the past months, years, but I think it's just everything I'm seeing so far, all these interviews, all these research papers, I just think we're way early in this space. I think there's a lot of potential. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, right? Let me know if you think there's more to it. So like this video if you found value from it. Subscribe if you haven't. We will see each other in the next video. I'll be sort of on the road, so hopefully you guys appreciate this video. I'll be back in my normal office by Sunday or maybe Monday next week. We'll see. So hopefully you guys will appreciate my following videos, which will probably be in another location than my usual office. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see each other in the next video. Thank you.